If you're using Figma to plan out your creative sprints, new concepts, new variants, this video might be for you. I'm going to show you how you can use Focal's Figma integration to import assets in bulk, automatically tag them using your own taxonomy, and automatically rename them according to your own naming convention. What you're seeing in this case is a completely empty folder named Figma Imports inside of this space in Focal. I've also added a bit of a taxonomy in here. I'm tagging the style, the value proposition. I'm also tagging the language, even though you can't see it here. This can be completely customized based on your own brand, and you can then use Focal to automatically use AI to look at what's in the actual assets and then apply this taxonomy on your behalf. So the first thing you want to do when you sync something from Figma is I'll go to Add Assets. I'll click on the Figma integration. Here, I'm going to paste in just the URL of my Figma file that we'll take a look at in a second. What happens then is we're going to scan this file for all of the pages inside of it, as well as the frames within those pages. Now we can see that I just have one page in this very simple example here. I have one section inside of this Figma file with 8 different frames in this case. So I'm going to bulk select these, the perfect workout ones, and just import them. So you can see an example here. At this point, we're going to import them with the name coming from Figma. And you'll see this in a second that what we first do is we import the actual files. Then we automatically use AI to scan through the files to see what's actually in them. And we should be able to see this being pulled up now. So now you can see that as soon as they were imported, then the tagging happens automatically. So let's give it a few seconds to start tagging. Now we can already see some language tags coming in. All of these were in English, so that's a pretty easy one. Then we're also looking for like the app UI, for example, in these. So now that we have added these, what we should also see is the name being changed automatically in this case. There we go. So now in here in the naming convention, this is something I set up. It can be fully customized. I'm basically starting off with a concept name that also gets added automatically. And I'm pulling in the type, the aspect ratio, the video length, which is 0 for all of these because they're all statics. And then at the end, I'm pulling in these tags that were assigned by us automatically. Now, let's say that I would want to make an edit here to one of these. So if I go into this one and I can obviously review these in Focal as well. So I can add comments and annotate. If this is something you already do in Figma and you now have a new version of this frame available, what the flow typically looks like in that case. So here I have all of these frames now. I want to make an edit here. Let me select this entire thing and just make a copy so that I have also this recorded like the previous version in here. Now, if I go in to change this, let me just change the copy a little bit in here. If I go back into Focal and go into the versions tab, we've tried to make this as easy as possible so that I can just with one click refresh to the most recent frame inside of Figma. What we're going to do at that point is, as you can see, we'll just upload it. Now you can see the updated one inside of Focal. Very easy. And then we display here that this is version 2 of it. But if you now download or export this asset from Focal, you only get the most recent one. Tags are still intact. The naming is still intact. And there you have it. So that's especially if you're working with large volumes of assets within Figma. This is a very easy way to just get everything bulk exported, added into Focal so that it can be properly tagged and renamed, which means that you can then easily export from here to media channels, or they just get left in a very nice repository for you to use later on. So it's going to be very easy to come in and filter out by any of these tags or by the name. Let us know if you have any feedback on this. Would love to hear if you've tried it out and what your Figma workflow looks like.